A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about the transit of Rahu into this nakshatra of Ashwini. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed to our videos, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. When we talk about Rahu, the first thing that hits us is suddenness and its ability to delay things, deny things. Also, when we talk about the Ashwini Nakshatra, one thing that comes into our mind is the ability to be swift. But Ashwini is equally good at procrastinating. There are many things that are common between Rahu and Ashwini. And as we see the transit of Rahu into the nakshatra of Ashwini, let us see the impact that it will have on all the 12 lagnas. As we talk about the Aries lagna, it is a time that one needs to take a step back and watch a lot of things. However, it is also a time when one does not need to procrastinate. Take the right decision at the right time. Otherwise, it would be detrimental for your progress. When you're faced with a business opportunity, do not rush into it. Wait, look into the matters carefully, read the disclaimer properly, and and once you've done in-depth analysis of the entire situation, it will be good then to invest. This way, you will also be ready for any awkward situation when and if it arises. For those students who want to sit for competitive exams, do not be lazy. Do not just skim over the subject that you are studying, thinking that you would have found enough questions for it. It is time to move into a deep analysis, deep study of the subject so that you can fare well in your exams. For those who have scheduled doctor's appointments, doctor annual checkup, be there on time. Do not delay those or do not reschedule those appointments, because it is important to take care of your health at all costs. Also, children may be a little tensed under pressure at the moment. It is time that you keep your advice to yourself. You should only deliver those advice and be friendly while giving them if and when they are required. This way, it will help you cement your relationship with them. On the marital front, it is important that you take up certain traveling issues, work, so that there can be a stop to any acrimony that is seen in the marriage. For the Taurus Lagna, this is important to pay attention to financial issues. While you're taking up financial decisions, please be very careful about reading the disclaimer attached and see if the costs so maintained or mentioned there are important or are they frivolous. This will help you curtail your expenses. Do not be lax with your health. Otherwise, it could become a big expense for you. It is also advised to not travel to far off places or foreign places and wait for a certain period of time. For those who want to change their job, this is work in an MNC, this is a good time and you will feel comfortable after a couple of months once you are working in that system. However, if you want to stay for a long period of time, you will have to do a good in-depth analysis of that company. It is also a time when on a emotional front, you may feel very heavy. You may feel a lot of churning happening for you and you may not feel very committed to it. There's a time when you can find a lot of fights or acrimonious behavior with your spouse or partner. This is a good time to keep low and not start any new relationship, as this relationship may not go in further. For those who are sitting for competitive exams, this is a good time to sit for them, and you're most likely, if you're sitting, especially if you're sitting for the second time or repeating these exams, it is most likely that you will make it through. For the Gemini Lagna people, it is a time when you need to be very careful about your social standing and reputation. Do not do things that are bizarre and can cost you a social boycott. It is also a time when, for those who are planning to get married, it is time that you wait for a couple of months till you can be very doubly sure about your relationships. Avoid entering into a partnership as it may affect your relationship for some time. For those who are married, there is a need to show love and affection towards the spouse, as the spouse may be feeling lonely and left out. Education wise, it is a time when you, for those going into a post graduation level, they need to put in more effort into digging up the subject or digging out the subject that they need to work in on great detail, and then only bite the bullet. For while making decisions, being an air sign, don't be in a hurry, stick to your decisions, but be very careful while you are forming them. For the Cancer Lagna people, it is a time when you may feel that the business is in a flux and do not shy away from taking important decisions. However, before you take these decisions, be thorough about them and do not run away from the reality. It is also a time, if you dig deeper into the problem, you will come up with the right solution. And in fact, you will come up with a solution that nobody could have even thought about. The time when family members may seem to be an irritating lot, do not vent out your irritation on them. Do not take your family members and your mother in particular to be a given. And there may be another source of worry, that is your income. You may feel like investing more and more deeply into your business as it seems to be in a flusk and it seems to need a new income. But you would be doing good if you move deeper into the problem, finding out the problem instead of just putting in that money. One thing I would really like to say, that in this entire situation you are safe, so work with an intent of getting to the base of the problem instead of being happy or instead of just pushing in that money there. For those students who are finding it tough to concentrate, it is time to do some breathing exercises, and it is important that you refrain from leaving out important topics. It is important that you pay attention to them now instead of procrastinating, and you need to listen to your mentors well. That will help you to prepare for your exams. For the Leo Lagna people, this is the time when you may feel a little low on your luck. You may feel that there's a lot of pressure and you may be buckling under the entire scheme of things. However, if you take just one day at a time, not be overwhelmed by it, it is a good chance that you will be able to find new changes in life. This is a good time when you could be doing Durga Shaptasloki or Durga Shaptashati to give you the required energy and strength to move ahead. For those who have young children, children who are growing up, you might find a change in their attitude and you may feel as if you're being left out. Acclimatize yourself to that change and you will be ready to go into a new phase with them. For those who are into higher education or research, pick up a topic of research, go deep down while doing research into something which is different, has never been traveled before. In that case, if you do deep research, especially when Rahu moves into the sign of Pisces, you will see that you will have a better understanding and you can do a good job there. For the Virgo Lagna, it is a time when things are likely to happen suddenly. When we take the combination of Ashwini Nakshatra, 8,000 Rahu, there's nothing that can stop things to happen suddenly. You might be thinking at times whether you're on your head or on your heels. And this circus is likely to continue for a period of 2 months. So please be aware of this. This is a time when you need to focus your energies on your inner self and take up learning some good things, some new ideology, and that will also take the heat off the changes that are likely to occur unexpectedly. You may not find reactions from your in-laws which are pleasant, and so you should stay away from reacting to those kind of things. It is also a time when you might find that you have to take up the responsibility of your spouse's finance and the spouse's financial issues. Please be careful about it. Before you invest in any mutual fund, please read the disclaimer carefully so that you can understand of its viability. Before buying a house or investing in a property, think carefully and be very cordial, nice with your children. Do not be perturbed about them and understand their emotions and the safety issues carefully. For the Libra Lagna, it is important and that you be very careful about your public standing. And any platform, new platform that you are getting in life, please be very careful about. Understand what it brings towards. Are you ready to take its responsibilities? Similar question goes for marriage. And for those who are entering into a business partnership, this may not be the right time. You might just need to look into the things more deeply so that you can be very careful when putting in all your resources into this partnership. For those who are going for higher studies, especially for their MS or for their post-graduation, it is a time when you need to be very definite about the subject you want to pick up. Otherwise, down the year, you may feel that you may not be very happy with the subject and you may want to change it. Please do not also waste your time procrastinating a little too much, or you may miss the bus. Take care of your health carefully because this is the seventh house that we are talking about. Do not get into any acrimonious behavior in any public place. This could lead to trouble for you. It is a time when you or your spouse, neither of you are willing to compromise. So lie low and wait for Jupiter to transit into this sign after a couple of months. For the Scorpio Lagna people, this is a time when you need to take good care of yourself and your work. It is a time when you need to understand the changes that are happening in your work and accept and accommodate yourself according to those changes. Be very careful with the time with your colleagues and people at work. Before taking any loan, please be careful about the rate of interest and its viability. It is also a time when you should be very careful about court cases. Refrain from going ahead or with filing of any court case at the moment. It may not be the right time to do so. Your siblings may need your support. They may need help and they may be feeling a little under the weather at the moment. You should be able to extend that support, but be a little cautious while doing so. Your children may feel demotivated from studies. They may feel as if they want to try something else. Studies can always be made interesting for them if you try out new ways, if you try out something that is different from others. And while doing so, you will be able to not just get them back to form, but also learn a few things along the way. For the Sagittarius Lagna, it is a good time for paying attention to your children. Your children could be in a rebellion mode or could want to move into a new experimenting phase, which you need to adjust to. In fact, you yourself are in an experimenting phase and you want to learn more about different cultures. In fact, if you don't, it's a time to go into learning for different cultures. Those who are into the mantra Shakti may want to try new mantras. Pick up a good day to do so. For those who want to learn about new cultures, new kind of Vidya, especially old and occult, it's a good time to do there. Just make sure you are steady and are always continuing on that path. For those who are into crisis management, this is a good time to come up with new inventive thoughts. And these thoughts, and then when put into action, are the ones that will give you a lot of name and fame in your industry. For those students who are preparing for higher exams, for competitive exams, think about those topics where others don't go very easily. Write or attempt those areas, and you will be able to do good. For those who want to have a better health, try alternate therapies, and they will be your card to health success. For the Capricorn Lagna, it is important and a time when you need to be very cautious about your responsibilities at home. It is a time when you need to learn how to handle your emotions well. Do not move away, shy away, or just drop your emotions just because you are not able to handle them. Go into the depth of it, understand that, and you have the capability of coming up with the amazing plan on how to handle the home and your emotions related to it with care and concern. You need to learn that you have an USP with which you can connect not just with your home, but with also with your masses. All you really need to do is find out that USP which is so much yours. It is also a time to understand your stored wealth with care and caution, and just do not fritter it away, or else it may be a little too late in the day and you may have to start it all over again when Rahu transits into Pisces. For the Aquarius Lagna, it is a time to be constructive in your efforts and not let go of the momentum. Be steady, be progressive. Make efforts in the right direction, and you may have to control your urge to move away from the right place, wander here and there from time to time. There is a shift in your responsibilities. It is time to show courage and also time to show a lot of effort in your responsibilities. If you are of a certain age, then it is time that you will have to take up the courage to face the responsibilities about your spouse and your family with dedication. And for those youngsters who are willing and are eager to take a bet, place a bet, move into a different territory, be courageous, or rather should I say foolhardy. Be very careful about what you are going to do. Do not dare about things that you may not be able to hold on or later may regret. There, for those who are doing into business and need to see a different opportunity on a public platform may come your way. All you really need to do is understand the opportunity well. It could be a foreign opportunity walking up your path. Do not regret, do not outlandish, you might call it outlandish, or you may reject it outright. Do not do so. Look into it, look into the matter well before you take a call about it. Do not do anything that is foolhardy on your health front either. For the Pisces Lagna, it is important to handle issues relating to money carefully. Family also requires attention and adjustment. It is a time to tap into a new source of business and a new untried and new source of income. You are likely to succeed in that. All you really need to do is put your brains into thinking, which is something which is very different and unconventional. However, make sure that you do not deviate a lot of your time to that purpose, only because family is also going to need your attention. This is a time when you could work on setting up new habits and letting go of the old. Not just about your health, but also about with the family. In future, it will help you evolve better. Your diet may need a checkup. So be very careful of what you eat. And for those who are non-vegetarians, please be very careful about your diet. Because Rahu, when transiting into your second house, does have an effect on your diet and your health plan, as it aspects the sixth house also. For those who are into making quick short-term money, it may not happen. You need to be very strong and careful about your finance and such. So this is what we found is about how Rahu would affect its transit into the nakshatra of Aries for all the 12 lagnas. One thing that all of us can do is to do the Durga Shaptashati. In fact, the Durga Shaptashloki or the 32 names should be made a regular occurrence because it brings in a lot of protection. Till we meet with
Please
you
hit the
again.
bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.